Yesterday, the Kolkata Knight Riders broke the jinx of away teams not winning a single game in this IPL so far by registering a win when they were traveling away from home in Bengaluru. We thought Punjab Kings today might do the same when they traveled to Lucknow, and it was looking like that for a long, long time until a young fast bowler by the name of Mayank Yadav came in and destroyed Punjab's plans. The home team has won again, which means yesterday's win by Kolkata, just a bit of an anomaly. And we are back to business as usual with the home teams winning at home. It's not often that we get very excited. It's I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, and it's been a week. We are on match number 11, day number 9 today. But yeah, there's a bit of excitement in my voice this morning because of the fact that we've just seen a young fast bowler clocking 156 kilometers per hour on the telly, and I mean, with T20 cricket is all about the batters, the big hits, the big shots, the sixes, the fours, um, and 200 plus totals. But there's something about a young fast bowler who bowls 100 miles an hour that gets people really excited, doesn't it, Sarvesh?
Yes, it happened when Munaf Patel first came in. It happened again when Umesh Yadav, when we first saw him. Then same thing happened when we saw Varun Aaron. Now again, same thing happened when we saw Umran Malik, and now again we are back to the same excitement levels. When now we are seeing that Mayank Yadav is also doing the same thing. In fact, he's bowling. He bowled 156, 154, and it was his debut. And his action and everything, he was looking very smooth. We talked about him in our preview, that he's one of those rare Indian bowlers who like to bowl very aggressively. Who likes to bowl at good pace, and we saw what he could do today.
I mean, you mentioned Munaf Patel, but there's one name before him that got us really excited also, was during the Champions Trophy in Kenya when Zahir Khan
Zahir
made his
Khan, yeah.
debut. Yeah, and that got us really excited because we were seeing someone coming in, running in hard and bowling fast after a long, long time then. But yeah, in our preview show that we did, you had mentioned about Mayank Yadav and had said that you've seen this guy and he can really ramp it up.
Yeah.
And true to your words, he hasn't disappointed.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us or take us back a little bit to what happened in domestic cricket with Mayank Yadav actually?
So in IPL cricket, what you see is you're basically seeing the international quality batters, and some of the Indian batters and domestic batters. Who basically you can say that you see cream of Indian domestic batters, along with international quality players. So at this level, when you see somebody bowling at 150, uh, the difference between that level of batting and bowling is not that much, because those batters are capable of handling that kind of a pressure. But when you look at when you look at domestic cricket, and when you see someone bowling at 150, then you will see that clear gap between ability, because at domestic level, not a lot of batters get to play at 150 kilometers per hour regularly. So you will see those batters, you will see those batters being very uncomfortable. Those nasty bouncers, they are not able to handle those bouncers. So you'll see clear gap there. So at domestic level, when you see somebody like Mayank Yadav running in and doing that to those batters, somebody like him then gets really highlighted. And same thing happened with Umran as well. Those 150 and that is not an easy pace to face for any batter. Even at international quality level, those batters, when somebody comes in and bowls those 150, 155 kilometers per hour when they are new to the crease, it's not easy. And now at domestic level, like I said, it's even more difficult. So at that level, such bowlers get highlighted quickly. So Mayank Yadav was, that kind of a bowler who used to bowl those that chin line, those quick bouncers, and then he would then slightly push further up, and then he will rattle the stumps. And those sites where stumps were flying, batters were facing those difficult deliveries. They were finding it very hard to face him. That was the kind of scene I have seen in domestic cricket, and I'm not surprised that he's also doing the same thing at IPL level.
It's quite interesting because you spoke about international cricket. We went through a phase in international cricket when we had about four fast bowlers who were clocking it regularly beyond that 150K mark. When we had Shoaib Akhtar, we had Brett Lee at the same time, we had Sean Tate, who used to do that quite regularly.
Yeah.
And then slightly after them was the era of Dale Steyn and Morne Morkel,
Yeah. I
who
think
used to
even
really get it
Shane
through.
Bond, you are missing out your Kiwi Shane Bond when he
Yeah, I'm
was
just missing out on him because he didn't play that much, and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the real
Sad
sadness that
part.
all
Yeah,
of us Kiwis
yeah,
have.
yeah,
That because of injury, his career was so short that we didn't get really to see. But yeah, he was quick too. And then there seems to have been like a lull of 150 plus fast bowlers, um, and now we're seeing that crop up again. We've got Umran Malik in India. We just saw Shamar Joseph from the West Indies, clocking 150 when he played against Australia. So there's a bit of kind of resurgence of
yeah,
that real out and out fast bowler coming. Mark Wood is another one, who regularly kind of clocks 150 plus. But yeah, so good to see, and no better sight in world cricket than seeing a fast bowler running in hard and giving it us all.
yeah,
Um, with just one last point on Mayank Yadav, his action looks like it's quite easy on the eye.
yeah,
So I'm just hoping, touch wood, and whenever you see a fast
yeah,
bowler bowling, all you want to do is make sure that they remain injury free, because the amount of pressure and the body goes through. I mean, Sarvesh, you played cricket, and whatever level cricket we've all played at, we know bowling fast is tough.
yeah,
And yeah, we can just hope that because his action looks nice and easy, that he will remain injury free and can keep bowling fast. And I hope no coach in the world that he plays under ever tells him to become a line length bowler. He should just come in, bowl fast, and just blow people off the park. That should be his job. But yeah, we'll see. Wait. I mean, I don't know. I've never been a massive Lucknow Super Giants fan, but I will be watching their
yeah.
campaign this year with so much interest now, just to see how this young kid goes.
Yeah, maybe it's too early, but
Um,
maybe they should include Harshit Rana and Mayank Yadav in that fast bowlers, the new contract system where we have the fast bowlers in that system. I think it's too early for Mayank Yadav, but I think he has shown talent, so maybe we should keep an eye on him. And then again, Harshit Rana is one more player. I think these two bowlers should get in that fast bowlers contract list.
There, you heard it first on the Snickcometer podcast. BCCI, if you are listening to Sarvesh, get Mayank Yadav onto that BCCI contract list for fast bowlers because we want to see more of him and make sure that he's looked after well. Right, let's get our focus back to the action on the field, on the game. So there you have it, the scorecard. Lucknow Super Giants batting first 199 for 8 in their 20 overs. It was actually an innings of three parts. The top was Quinton de Kock providing all the firepower in the beginning with 54. Then the middle was looked after by Nicholas Puran with a lovely 42 of 21 balls. And then the finishing kick came by Krunal Pandya in the end with a 43 of 22 balls, as we can see. No big scores, no one batter dominating, everybody contributing bits and pieces, and just making sure that the team gets a perfect total. The great thing was, and this time around in Lucknow, the pitch looks like it's been sorted and it's providing a good T20 wicket. Because if you remember last season, what was happening in Lucknow, that we were getting those slow, low turning wickets, which were providing 120, 130 kind of games, which are not a lot of fun to watch when you're watching T20 cricket. Um, with I know you've been very critical of Quinton de Kock, Sarvesh, and you didn't pick him in your starting 11s when we picked this. But it's good to see that he's finally come good for Lucknow.
Yes, today I felt when KL Rahul was dismissed, I think, and even Devdutt Padikkal, these two guys are not getting runs this season. But I felt that after those two early wickets, he had to just go on, and not just look for those quick runs. So I think he did fairly good job there at the top order. 54 from 38 on most days. may not look very attractive because when your team scores at 10 runs per over and your strike rate is not as high, then I think it looks like a below par innings. But I think he did a fairly good job there, and I think his main role was to just stay there in that middle order role when middle order overs when Marcus Stoinis and Nicholas Puran were batting, and you, I think those. And there was one moment in that innings when I felt that when Quinton de Kock and Puran, because Stoinis when he was dismissed, I think his job became even more difficult because Nicholas Puran, he takes a little bit of time at the beginning, and once he gets going, he can score those quick runs. So I felt that was a critical moment. I think they survived that period, and they were also helped by the fact that Shikhar Dhawan chose to bowl Rahul Chahar against two left-handers, Quinton de Kock and Nicholas Puran. So I think that was the kick that LSG needed. That was the over, I think, because we saw they went after Rahul Chahar. He leaked plenty of runs in this match as well. So I think that was the kick that they needed, and the innings then started uh, taking off from that point, and then we saw what Krunal Pandya did at the end.
Yeah, he didn't have many options though, Shikhar Dhawan, because the
Yeah,
other option was obviously Harpreet
Harpreet Brar.
Brar,
Yeah, yeah,
um, which again becomes from a matchups point of view. If you have a left
yeah,
armer bowling against two left-handers,
yeah.
especially Nicholas
Difficult.
Puran, who
Exactly. Yeah.
absolutely loves playing against left-arm spin,
Exactly.
I think that was the reason he held him back.
Yeah, because Rahul Chahar can
But
give
yeah,
those, can bowl those googlies, and he might produce those. He might produce one edge and top edge, and one of them could actually be dismissed like that. But I think he took that risk. He had to take that chance again because, like you said, both the options were not in favor of matchups. So I think he went with Rahul Chahar, and I think Rahul Chahar. I think as we spoke last time as well, he's not having a greatest of the tournaments this season as well.
yeah,
But
and we'll come to that when
But
we
I think
discuss
yeah,
the bowling.
we need to discuss Krunal Pandya's innings first because I felt when M Siddharth came in, I felt time is running out for Krunal Pandya because M Siddharth is also a left arm spinner, and Lucknow they have plenty of batters in their 11. They have Deepak Hooda, they have Prerak Mankat, Ashian Kulkarni is there, and their domestic strength is well known. They have good quality players on their bench. So I felt maybe time is running out for Krunal Pandya. Maybe if not today, had he not scored those runs today, maybe just maybe maybe he would have come under a lot of pressure in the next game. But thankfully for him, this 43 of 22 balls, I think it came at a very right time for him, and I think hopefully he'll get going from here.
Yeah, no, he's had a good start because I think in the last game he did it with the ball,
Yeah,
and this game he's done it with the bat. So yeah, having a good all-round comeback tournament for Krunal Pandya, which he needs, and LSG desperately need from him as well.
yeah,
Um, Time to look at the bowling for Punjab Kings.
yeah,
Well, right there, top of the screen, the good news for them is that Sam Curran has done it with the ball this time. So 4 overs, 3 for 28. Bowled really well, bowled in the power play, bowled at the death, and to have only a economy rate of 7 with
yeah.
3 wickets when the team's gone at 10 is great returns. Um, just with talking about Rahul Char, and we said we'd discuss this. Um, when he was playing, I mean, we all know that he started playing for the Mumbai Indians first, and came into reckoning there. And then suddenly, when he's moved to Punjab, as we said, that graph has been kind of dipping.
Yeah.
He really needs to pull up his socks. Otherwise, we could be in a position where if he has a couple of more games like this, indifferent games like this, where he's not really giving them what they need, his place in the side could be under a lot of question marks.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And one more thing to point out, you mentioned about Sam Curran. Uh, uh, in that last over, I felt they had an option of going with Arshdeep as well, but they went with Sam Curran. So now that tells you the kind of performance he pulled off today. I think he was brilliant. 28 for 3, 10 dots. I think it's and when your team has conceded 200 runs, almost 200 runs. So that is something. This is a very positive sign for Punjab. And I mean, when you don't get those victories, I think you have to look at those smaller, minor positive things. I think Sam Curran was one of those positives today, and I think one of the things to I think they will have to look at Harshal Patel's numbers again, because again he has leaked 45 runs. Last match as well we saw him leaking a lot of runs. So I think that is also one area of concern from them. And I think apart from that, it looks fairly okay. Rahul Chair and Harshal Patel, I think these two guys, they will have to rethink, and they'll have to see how they plan with them.
I was very surprised that they decided to go with Harshal Patel for that last over. When there was an over from Arshdeep left,
Yeah,
and I know Arshdeep has also gone at 10 and Harshal Patel's gone at 11.3,
right.
and probably that last over has a lot to do with that 11.3 analysis. But just knowing the kind of tournament he's had so far, I would have gone with Arshdeep if I was the captain. But obviously, Shikhar Dhawan's had a gut feel about something and he's gone with Harshal, but clearly not working out. The thing with um, the Lucknow Stadium, though, it's a massive stadium
Yeah,
and the boundaries are huge. So I can kind of understand that if he does try his slower balls and the cutters, and you have to kind of make the batsman hit towards the longer boundaries,
yeah,
then probably going with Harshal Patel made sense. But it didn't come off. And yeah, as you said, a lot of question marks, couple of big question marks on that bowling card for sure for the Punjab for next time.
yeah,
Um, well, let's talk about that run chase now. Um, Although they got 200, and we thought that 200, anytime you get 200 in a T20 game, you are par and above.
yeah,
You always have a great chance. But the way Punjab started with Shikhar Dhawan and Johnny Bairstow finally has arrived in the IPL. At one stage, you looked like this was going to be an
yeah.
absolute cakewalk for Punjab. Now, your thoughts on that innings and how it panned out, and especially the openers?
Yeah, at halfway point they were 98 for no loss. So I think when you are 98 for no loss after 10 overs and you have your entire batting strength left with you, when you have two set openers and you just have to do the same thing in the next half. They just needed to do this score similar amount of runs in the second half. So I think you expect teams to do this in the second half, because first half was the difficult part, which they uh, at which they excelled. And I think after that, suddenly that inning started derailing. I think Ravi Bishnoi bowled a very tight over after the halfway mark, and then we saw Mayank Yadav coming in. So I think that was the point when they actually got derailed. At after 10th over, I think we felt, like you said, we felt that they were going to win it maybe in 19th over or 18th, 19th over, but it was not the case. I think once again, their middle order, which is not firing for them. Uh, I think Prab Simran, it looks like he has scored only 19 runs, but I think that was a difficult period when they had to get going, and he scored. I think he did his job. It's a 19 from 7. They were under pressure at that time. He scored those two sixes, one boundary, and I think he was looking to up the ante, and I think he did a fair job there. But I think after that, Jitesh Sharma, you expect a lot more from the India international pro now. So I think Jitesh Sharma is even before this match, we discussed about him that he's struggling a bit. Even his keeping was, I found that he was leaking some buys, some leg buys, even with his keeping as well. So Jitesh Sharma and Liam Livingston, I think that late surge we expect from Liam Livingston, again it is not coming from him. So I think that middle order, we spoke about this in the preview, that they have to do something about that middle order. Again, the same thing, they are facing the issues with the same old middle order problem.
Yeah, you see 5 wickets down, but what the scoreboard doesn't tell you is how those wickets fell.
Yeah,
Each one of them fell to the short ball. Each and every single one of those wickets fell to the short ball. Shikhar Dhawan was caught hooking down the leg side, got a glove, the keeper got him. Johnny Bairstow went for the pull shot, got caught at mid wicket. Prab Simran went for the pull shot, caught at mid on. You got Jitesh Sharma, went for the pull shot, got caught. Sam Curran, first ball, tried to pull a hook one away, got
yeah,
caught at mid on. So all 5 of them, and this is great planning by Lucknow because, as I said, it's a massive ground. The square boundaries are huge. Obviously, they want the batters to try and hit them to those boundaries, and they've got quicks in the form of Mayank Yadav now and Mohsin Khan, who bowl great short deliveries. I mean, I remember Mohsin Khan. He's not got the same pace as Mayank Yadav, but his the direction of his short ball is always been fantastic. So Lucknow making good use of that strategy and kind of putting Punjab under the pressure and making them play to their plan, and picking up those wickets. Now, a good point that you make is they had that start, 98 for no loss, should have won easily from them. But that's the most critical thing in cricket is coming in and going from ball one is never easy. And there are very, very few people in this world who are comfortable doing that. The likes of the Andre Russell, the likes of Henrik Klassen, there's not a lot of them who can just bang, start going from ball number one. Which is why I was quite surprised when Prabh did that, because you see 7 balls and 3 boundaries there. So he kind of did his job. But you're right in saying that, yeah, there was more expected from Jitesh. There was more expected from Liam Livingston, who at one stage was 11 from 12 balls. So, numbers can be deceiving. You see 28 of 17 and you think, oh, yeah, he's done all right.
That's
But
mainly
those
because of the
runs
last
came
overs. Yeah, exactly.
when the game had already gone. So, yeah, of Prabh onwards, Jitesh, Liam Livingston, Sam Curran, and to some extent even Sashank Singh, they didn't get what they needed. Um, Still, it was a good effort, but again, when they go back to the dressing room today, the chat will be, we were in this, we blew it. We should have won this game. And I think they'll be disappointed at how they played the short delivery. Look, playing the pull and the hook is not the easiest thing to do in cricket, but there are other ways you can manage the short delivery is by playing the ramp.
Yeah.
Sometimes rather because that becomes a less risky shot when there are three fielders on the leg side waiting to catch you. Maybe look at giving yourself room and going over the offside or playing the ramp over third man. And that's kind of maybe a better strategy to go sometimes. But
I think
hey,
Prab
we live and
Simran,
learn.
he played one shot like that, that he scored at six.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he felt, I felt he was looking good. He was not afraid of the pace. He scored one six against Mayank Yadav as well. So I think he was looking good, in my opinion. But he got out at the wrong time, and you could see the frustration on his face. Even he felt that he should have carried on for at least 1 or 2 overs, and I think they could have gotten a lot closer, maybe 185 and 190, and who knows, they could have probably won it if he had batted for 2, 3 more overs. So that was the fine margin again.
absolutely. Now let's talk about the exciting thing that we are all excited about, which is the bowling card for Lucknow. Um, New name up there, Manimaran Siddharth, who opened the bowling for them. 2 overs for 21. First impressions, Sarvesh, any first impressions on Siddharth?
So I did not expect him to open the bowling, because he's somebody who I've seen him bowl in domestic in Tamil Nadu Premier League. I think he had very good figures. His economy is pretty impressive. So he's somebody who, even if you see at the 2 overs for 21 runs, it doesn't look like he had a good time there. But I think there were a lot of plays and misses. I think he could have had both Shikhar Dhawan and Johnny Bairstow with bit of luck. That did not happen, so that's why those figures look bad. 21 runs is still, I think, he did a fair job there, and he's known for bowling those economical overs, and he's again left arm spinner. So these guys have that responsibility of giving. Of holding that one end, and they expect LSG was expecting this from Krunal Pandya, but I think in this match, I think Krunal Pandya was fabulous with bat and ball. But I think, to be fair with Manimaran Siddharth, I think he had a decent debut. I think I hope they stick with him, because he is somebody who can do that job when others might go for some quick runs, and on that day you'll see him, Manimaran Siddharth, going for just about run a ball. So that will be the key factor on that day.
Yeah. If you look at the rest of the bowling card, right down from Mohsin to Mayank, you got Mohsin Khan, Krunal Pandya, Ravi Bishnoi, Mayank Yadav, all bowling at an economy rate of less than the required rate
Yeah.
for Punjab to win that. And that's where the crux of the game was, that they were able to keep the batters in check when it really mattered. Star of the show, obviously, we've spoken about him already, but a dream IPL debut in a sense. 3 for 27 from 4 overs. doesn't get better than this. And all we can say is hope it keeps going,
Yeah.
and we'd love to see more of him.
Yeah, I'm glad they did not have Mark Wood there because because Mark Wood from one end and Mayank Yadav from the other, 150, 150, 155, 156. I think that, that would have been quite some. It would have been a very good watch for the neutrals, but not so much for the Punjab Kings fans.
I'm just thinking that if that pitch continues to play like that, they do have Shamar Joseph there.
Yeah, yeah,
So we might see Shamar Joseph and Mayank Yadav both bowling in tandem,
yeah.
and that'll be a sight to behold, which would be fascinating.
Yeah, I saw
Well,
Mohsin Khan getting injured at the end of the game, so maybe we'll see some
yes,
changes in that bowling. I don't know, maybe some of maybe Yash Thakur will come back because we have seen this with Mohsin Khan that he has that injury issues. He missed one entire season last season. Also, he was just coming back. I think we may see Yash Thakur or some of the overseas bowlers coming in if Mohsin Khan gets injured and gets sidelined again. But I think he's doing a fair job till right now, and I think yeah, I mean, I hope he recovers, and because this is a very critical season for him as well. Because when you miss out on a season, then you have to make comments for that in the next few seasons.
yeah. No, and also Liam Livingston was apparently batting on pretty much one leg,
Yeah,
which is why he wasn't 100% right to get going. So I don't know
probably.
the nature of
Yeah,
that injury either. So we'll have to wait and watch and see what happens in that space.
exactly. Yeah,
But they've got a couple of good replacements there. They've got Riley Russo, they've got
Sikandar Raza.
Sikandar Raza,
Yeah,
who can come in and give them the balance that they need.
right. I think they
Well,
need
that's the
maybe
story.
probably need Riley Russo more than Sikandar Raza right now because they need somebody who can play those big shots and do that David Miller kind of a job which he used to do it for them a few years back. I think maybe somebody he's same countryman, same left-handed batter, so maybe he can do it for them. Let's see.
Yeah, hopefully, touch wood. So that's the story from the Ekana Stadium in Lucknow, where they've won their second game in a row, which means that they make their way up the table. We said this yesterday that if they win, they'll kind of displace Bengaluru from up there,
I
which
think
has
yeah,
happened.
Punjab lost the first game, so now this was their first victory. So now they have climbed from I think bottom 8 or 9 to number 5.
Yes, Lucknow has
Yeah,
climbed that. So yeah, and that net run rate always helps as we see.
yeah,
But yeah, the top four as of today, Chennai sitting there with Kolkata, with Rajasthan, and with Hyderabad. We've got double headers locked in for tomorrow. Um, who do we have set to play tomorrow? I'm sure there's a Chennai game, there's a SRH game, there's a GT game,
yeah.
and there is
Yeah, there's one good game. The first one is Gujarat versus Sunrisers. That should be a very good game, I think.
right.
And at Visakhapatnam, we have Delhi Capitals against Chennai Super Kings.
Nice. So DC getting a chance to register their first win, which is going to be tough against an informed Chennai.
Yeah,
And who knows what to expect from SRH versus GT, because
yeah,
both sides have won one game and lost one game. So they will be kind of wanting to get back and make their way up that table. So should be an exciting game
yeah.
there too.
DC and Mumbai Indians, they are the only teams who haven't won a single game this season. So DC have a good chance there. But I think it's CSK, and in that form, it looks difficult. But anything can happen.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of the Sneakometer podcast. We keep saying this, but we'd love to have more subscribers and more people watching our content. So please share if you like what we're doing. Please share it with your friends, family, and ask every one of them to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to follow us on Twitter, to like, to comment, and to engage with us in any form that you like. We're open to all feedback at this stage because that's what keeps us going and improving. But yeah, Sarvesh, any closing comments, or are we good to call it a night and a day?
Yeah, I think you I mean we have 2 games tomorrow, so no sleep for you. So I think yeah, let's call it off and let's let's get going.
Yeah, it's already today, and I can already. It is 10 to 8 in the morning, in Wellington, and the first game is at 11 o'clock this night. So
It is difficult.
yeah, I'm gonna try and it is Easter Sunday
Yeah.
also. So I've got a few family commitments to go to. But amongst all that, I will try and find some sleep. And yeah, we will be back tomorrow morning to review both those games, and hopefully it's a super Sunday and we get lots of action and they're both nail biters and we've got lots to talk about. Until then, take care. Happy Easter to everyone, and we will see you tomorrow.